What's going on today, everyone? Just wanted to fill you in kind of on what's been happening these last few days. 2 days ago, Saturday, we went out on a winter moose hunt. We were successful. We ended up getting a young bull. My buddy Corey and I went with a couple people from our village, and my fiance also went out, Leah. So, unfortunately, I didn't get it on camera. I'm saving the videotaping for a moose hunt this upcoming fall, so you'll be able to see kind of what that looks like versus the winter. Maybe next year I'll do a winter film, but yeah, I just want to show you that we were successful. Right now I'm kind of in the process of grinding a lot of meat. Cut it into quarters. About half of it's frozen. I got about half taken care of. Got my grind pile, my meat grinder, coffee. That's always essential. So, food saver system and bags. Sorry. So, just wanted to kind of fill you in on what's going on. I will put pictures in the video, and I want you to stay tuned because you're going to see, how to break down one of these quarters. Maybe I'll show you a little bit of grinding, kind of how we make our own burger. And then I also want to do a jerky making video for you, or it might be the same video, I'm not sure, but I got all that up there. So just stay tuned. Very happy to have meat for the year. So this should last us till next fall. And we are back, guys. Just want to kind of fill you in where I am on the process now. Kind of got a scrap grind bowl from some of the ribs, some of the hind leg. So I got a bowl that I'm gonna be grinding up and turning into ground moose. So you open up our fridge here, I actually got some thawed out. Probably make some tacos tonight. So we'll see. But yeah, I guess basically the process is cubing up your meat. Keeping the fat on is essential. I just keep the fat of the moose right on there. And I go through and stuff it through the grinder. So you're gonna see kind of a time lapse of kind of how that process works. And just kind of a little update on what I'm doing. So this was actually my first bowl here. I ran it through from my grind pile, ran it through, and then I'm taking the first grind and putting it back through. It just mixes everything really nice, and it kind of gives you more of that hamburger look, ground beef look. So I always run it through twice. Turns out really good. You can kind of see the fat mixed in. Keeps from your meat drying out when you decide to eventually use it in some sort of recipe. So yeah, it's basically the process. It's really rewarding to be able to go through and process your own meat like that. For me, I guess my appreciation for doing stuff like this has grown so much just because of living up here in Alaska and learning from people in Alaska. How to utilize an animal to its fullest has really kind of been a really good learning experience for me. So I'm very appreciative of that. So I'm gonna hit you with another time lapse. You can kind of see how I use the food saver to package it. This bag to work. And I'd say I'd probably fill this to about 2 pounds. That way, if you thaw one of these out, you can make one meal earlier in the week and then another meal later in the week, so it kind of works out. Pound and a half, 2 pounds, I would say. It's kind of what Leah and I prefer, but honestly, it's your preference on how you'd want to do things. But this whole process is just really time consuming, but like I said, very rewarding. And you know, I would say anyone can do it. Start small and work your way up, you know. So I didn't know how to do this whole process until I moved up here, you know. My dad and I cut venison together growing up, but I never made my own ground meat like this. So, you know, it's just learning process, just like anything else. So, but yeah, it's really all there is to this whole process. Yeah, I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update. I got about 5 pounds of moose leg here from the hind quarter, and then I got my jerky cure here. So gonna kind of show you what the process looks like. The basic elements you need is whatever wild game you want. Like I said, I got the moose from when we caught it last Saturday, and then jerky cure. I got High Mountain cure. I just get it off Amazon or Cabela's. Flay knife. You need a scale, cutting board. So that's basically all you need. And then from there, I'll show you kind of how I go about dehydrating it and turning it into actual jerky. So stay tuned. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this at 0. See how much I got. So I got about 5 pounds here. That's important when you're putting the cure and seasoning on. So I'm going to do about 5 pounds worth of meat here. After I clean off the scrap and fat, you want to make sure that that's all cleaned off for you before you move on to actually putting the jerky in the dehydrator. Fat is your enemy. Grab the trash can here. So yeah, I'm just gonna take my couple pieces that I set aside for jerky, and then I'm gonna make sure, like I said, I already kind of cleaned this when I was processing. I knew I was gonna make jerky to make sure all the fat and silver skin is off. But yeah, I'm just gonna cut off any remaining stuff here that doesn't dehydrate well. Take a fillet knife. And then the other thing that I want to do is, when you're looking at a piece of meat, I try to cut against the grain, not with it. It's going to make your jerky softer. Totally up to you. You can cut with the grain or against it. I like soft jerky, so I'm going to try to cut against the grain. So if the meat is going this way, the grain of the meat's going this way, I'm going to cut against it. And I'm going to cut it into pieces that are, I'd say, I don't know, maybe 1/4 inch thick to 1/8 inch thick. And I'm just going to place it into the bowl and be good from there. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut the rest of this nice and thin. That tends to make awesome jerky. And like I said, this is from the hind quarter. You can see kind of that silver skin cut against that. I'll cut that off. That kind of tends to be tough when you dehydrate it, but awesome quality meat here. Any discolored meat I kind of like to cut away too. Put that in the scrap. Yeah, and I'm just going to fill this bucket up, so I'll just time lapse the rest of it. You can kind of see the process. so now that I got the jerky broken down into I'd say 1/4 inch to 1/8 inch thickness, got it broken down. Just gonna read the directions. We're gonna go with an original. I already have it open from last time I made jerky. So I have about 5 pounds of meat here. It says 4 pounds, 2 tablespoons of the seasoning, and then 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons of here's your seasoning, and then the actual cure itself. So I'm just gonna go a little bit over because, like I said, I have about 5 pounds of meat. So doesn't have to be perfect. Just get as close as you can and kind of estimate. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So here's the seasoning. Healthy amounts because, like I said, I have more than 4 pounds. Try to get as much as I can in there. And then I'll do one more little splash. Just a little bit more. Alright, now I need 2 tablespoons and 2 teaspoons of cure. So I'll probably do 2 tablespoons and then 3 teaspoons just to, like I said, compensate for that extra pound. And this is what cures it as you dehydrate it. Put that in, kind of chunky, gonna have to break that out. Switch it to the teaspoon. One thing that I've learned is you do not want to mix this in like a metallic bowl. The cure kind of, I think, reacts with it, so you always do it in a non-metal bowl. 2 more of these and then should be good to go. Actually, I might pour just a little bit more seasoning in there. It's quite a bit of meat. There we go. We'll call it good. Then I'm going to take my cure and seasoning and then just going to mix it really good. That does not want to break the cure. There you go, I can feel it, I broke it. Alright, now that's nice and mixed. I'm just going to do a nice healthy coating over, and then I'm going to start mixing. I'm going to repeat until all my cure and seasoning is worked in. So as I'm finishing this up, I'm actually gonna take it and seal it in a Ziploc bag. Nice and tight so seasoning and cure can work its way into the meat. So I'll take this. And I'll take it out of the fridge every once in a while and just mix it again, shake it around in the bag. Just a good way to ensure you're getting all surfaces of the meat. Put it in. Seal it off. Try to make it airtight as possible. And that's just gonna sit in the fridge just like that. So yeah, that's kind of the process going through and mixing that all the seasoning and everything through. So gonna let this sit in the fridge for 24 hours, and I'll show you the next process when we break out the Cabela's dehydrator. So stay tuned for more. All right, we're back with the last step here. So as you can see, the jerky here took on the kind of brownish color. That means the cure worked really nice, and just gonna go through and load up the dehydrator. So you want to make sure when you take your jerky that you spread it out nice and flat and away from other pieces, as you can see. Fatty piece there. It's not ideal, but it'll be alright. This time I did something a little different. I made it a little bit thicker pieces. I want to see if it ends up being a little softer than the last batch that I made. Alright, now that I got my trays full, I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to turn it to 160, the highest level. I'm going to probably go 160 for 6 to 8 hours because they are thicker pieces. With the dehydrator, you want to make sure you got some clearance for the fan. But yeah, that's basically the process. So just want to give you a little update here. I'm about halfway through, 4 hours in. I did flip them. I didn't get that on camera, but as you can see, they are turning out really nice. So I'm gonna give them probably another hour or two, and you'll see the end product. So what is going on, guys? Kind of just wanted to show you the end product here. It's been in for about 7 hours now. Nice thick pieces. They turned out great. So I'm really excited with the product, and I just want to say thank you for following along. You know, it's kind of a longer video, but I just kind of wanted to show you the process of breaking down moose and making it into different things that Leah and I enjoy. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so. Help me out. I want to keep creating videos like this. So and like I said, more outdoor videos will be coming soon as the days get longer and brighter. So thank you very much, and stay tuned for more content.